Let's go back to our top story now, where we told you about the grounding of Mango flights from midnight tonight after SAA Technical has withdrawn its maintenance services with immediate effect due to payment issues. Our reporter Heidi Giokos is following this breaking news, and she joined us now live with more. Heidi, what exactly are we hearing from SAA about this? What do they plan on doing about this?
So, Morena, what we do understand is that we got an indication earlier this morning that SAA Technical will be withdrawing its services specifically to Mango Airline as of midnight tonight. And that is concerning because any aircraft that needs to take off needs to have a technical crew on standby available. And if the technical crew is withdrawing services, what does that mean for its flights? But we are joined by the spokesperson of SAA, Tladi, to speak to us specifically about the issue around SAA Technical and why it's withdrawn its services. Thanks so much for your time, Tladi. It's been a while. But perhaps just speak to us specifically about what has transpired, why SAA Technical has decided to withdraw its technical services to this particular airline.
Perhaps as a starting point, one is to clarify in terms of the relationship between SAA as a company and its subsidiaries. For purposes of this interview, I do not speak on behalf of Mango. Mango should be able to speak for themselves insofar as their operations are concerned. They should be able to advise their customers as to what the state of play is insofar as that is concerned. What I am, however, able to confirm is that SAA Technical, a maintenance subsidiary of SAA, has sent a communique to SAA indicating that it has taken a decision to suspend its services to SAA as an airline. This is informed or arises out of the fact that the SAA has not been able to meet its obligations insofar as payment of the services that has been rendered by Technical to SAA as the airline, and that is where we are right now.
Okay, how concerning is it for SAA Technical as well as SAA, given the fact that there is a serious financial issue here and SAA Technical has now decided to withdraw its services? How concerning is it? How deep is the issue? Are we going to be seeing SAA Technical withdrawing its services to other airlines? Just speak to us about how serious the problem actually is on the ground.
The situation is undesirable, and we hope that as and when parties are able to meet us around the table, they should be able to find a middle path out of this entire situation. The reality is that SAA Technical, as an entity, as a company registered on its own, is pursuing its commercial interests, and it has the responsibility to ensure that its customers are able to pay for services rendered. In the like manner, the situation is concerning for SAA. SAA as a company is in business rescue, separate from its subsidiaries, and that means that it had to go through certain processes that led to the approval of the business rescue plan, which plan requires funding so that it gets fully implemented, and we are talking about funding in the short term. As matters stand, we are waiting for response from the shareholder to give us an indication as to when funds will be made available. The business rescue practitioners are on record having indicated last week that no funding has been received. However, we are also encouraged by the message that has been communicated by the shareholder indicating that they will pull all stops to ensure that we do receive funding. In other words, SAA will not be liquidated. What we are further aware of is that there are a series of meetings that will be taking place during the course of this weekend in an effort to ensure that we are able to find a resolution to this particular situation, because it has implications operationally. SAA is currently not flying its normal commercial flights as you and I know it. However, we have been operating our repatriation flights since the commencement of the lockdown. In addition to that, we are operating certain specific charter flights that we need to ensure that are not going to be interrupted by the suspension of this particular service.
Okay, but Tladi, just help me understand something. For SAA Technical to withdraw its services, what impact does that actually have? Because we understand Mango, this particular airline, is saying that the flights are going to be grounded. Why is it important for SAA Technical to be present in order for flights to take off? Why is SAA Technical so important that when its services are withdrawn, flights are grounded?
The services that are rendered by a facility like a Technical, SAA Technical is a maintenance and repair facility that is responsible for maintaining our aircraft under normal circumstances as and when our aircraft become due for maintenance and repair. Beyond that, at a practical level, for every single flight that must take off, there is, amongst other things, what is referred to as the pre-flight inspection that must take place before any aircraft is able to take off. So that is one of the important services that must be rendered by, in this instance, SAA Technical to its customers.
Okay. Is SAA Technical withdrawing its services from any other airline? For example, SAA, if SAA were to be having any repatriation flights in the next coming days?
We do have charter flights that are planned to operate in the coming week. Hence, we are communicating that there are a series of meetings, including with some critical stakeholders in government, to ensure that we are able to resolve the issue so that these particular flights that are due to take place in the coming week are not impacted by the fact that SAA Technical has withdrawn its services from SAA. This is a matter that is currently receiving attention.
Okay, so just lastly, for clarity purposes, SAA Technical will be able to resume its services to Mango or SAA or whichever other airline that it provides services to if there is financial aid and financial assistance that it needs.
As matters stand, the decision taken by Technical in the form of the suspension of service relates to debt owing. There's a payment that is owing to SAA Technical, which amongst other, we have SAA as an airline that has confirmed that it has received communication. Once this matter has been resolved, either in the form of payment of the amount owing, or there's an arrangement to the satisfaction of SAA Technical, we think that the SAA Technical will reconsider its position and they should be able to reinstate the service. But it is a matter that is receiving attention. We are taking it one step at a time.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much for that clarity. We really appreciate it. That is SAA spokesperson Tladi Tladi. I think it's important to mention that he cannot speak on behalf of Mango, and we will need to get clarity from Mango in terms of what contingency plans are going to be put in place for flights that are going to be affected. It is a long weekend. Domestic routes are up in the air again, so it's going to be quite an inconvenience if flights are impacted. But also the big issue here is the debt that is owed to SAA Technical that needs to be urgently addressed in order for SAA Technical to have its services back again to these various airlines.
All right. Thank you very much, Heidi Jokos. The story does, of course, continue to develop, and we'll hopefully hear more from Mango. But let's